Hello, my name is Zoë Roberts, and I'm a lawyer with Minken Employment Lawyers in Markham, Ontario, although today I am joining you from my living room because all of our lawyers are working remotely during the COVID-19 pandemic. And we know that these are very weird times for everyone, so we're trying to provide as much helpful information as we can for both employees and employers. And today I'm going to talk a little bit about work refusals because that's something that we're getting a lot of questions about. So under the Ontario Occupational Health and Safety Act, an employer has an obligation to take every precaution that's reasonable in the circumstances to ensure the safety of their employees. And the flip side of that is that under the Occupational Health and Safety Act, most workers have the right to refuse work in a workplace that they have reason to believe is likely to endanger them. Now, keep in mind that this section doesn't apply to certain essential services. So, for example, hospital staff, if the likely endangerment is inherent in their work or is a normal condition of their workplace, or if their refusal to work would directly endanger the life, health, and safety of another person. So during the pandemic, what are the kind of situations where employers are likely to see work refusals? So these may include situations where there is either a confirmed or a presumptive case of COVID-19 in the workplace itself, perhaps from employees who are high risk due to either age or pre-existing conditions, or just from employees who are generally concerned about getting the virus because of increased contact with either the public or clients or colleagues if they're required to go into the workplace. So in a situation where an employee feels that they're likely to be endangered and they want to refuse work, what they need to do is bring that concern forward to the employer, report the circumstances of the refusal, and explain the reasons for that refusal. And then that's likely going to trigger the employer's obligation to investigate under the Occupational Health and Safety Act. So following an investigation by the employer and any steps that they feel are reasonable to remedy the risks, if the employee still has a reasonable ground to believe that they're likely to be endangered, then they can continue to refuse that work, and the employer will have to notify the Ministry of Labor to escalate the complaint. And during this inspection process, an employee can be given alternative work to do, which could include working from home, or they can be given other directions by the employer. So this may include paid or unpaid leave. Now, keep in mind the determination of whether the workplace is likely to endanger an employee is going to depend on a lot of factors and will likely require a case-by-case analysis. So things to consider would be the type of workplace itself. Is it a primary health provider? Is it a grocery store? Is it a law firm? What kind of risks are inherent in the workplace? They'll also have to consider the specific employees. So again, their age, their health, whether or not they have family obligations, it could be a concern for them as well. Employers should also consider the most current information about the virus itself, including transmission rates in their geographic area and new information about precautions that should be taken either in the workplace or by everyone in general. And they certainly should consider government recommendations and orders. And keep in mind that an employer generally cannot discipline or threaten an employee for exercising their right to refuse work. So because I'm a lawyer, I'm going to tell you that this video is for informational purposes only and does not constitute legal advice, but we are happy to provide you with legal advice if you have specific questions. So please feel free to give us a call at Minken Employment Lawyers. We are working every day, even though we may be working remotely. Our number is 905-477-7011. Please feel free to get in touch with us if you have any questions. Thank you very much and take care.